Welcome back. Today I'm going to be giving you 10 advice and tips to ride like a pro on the track. First up is the vision. You do not want to be looking just in front of your front wheel. You want to be looking far away in the distance where you're going. So as you ride, you go into the corner, your eyes are not here just looking at where you're going. You know what's there, it's just tarmac. So what you need to do is to look at your apexes at your corner exit and always be like looking far away where you're going. If you look at the pros, videos and pictures, the eyes and the helmet is always pointing really far in whichever direction they're going, because they are anticipating. So anticipating is knowing, and it's going to give you more confidence for what's coming next. Always look where you want to go. This seems a little bit silly to say, but it is so true, and it's true as well for road riding. You know, if there is an obstacle or something on the road, if you look at it, most likely you're going to hit it. If you look at where you actually need to go to avoid it, there's a good chance that you're going to avoid it. And on track it's exactly the same. So you must look where you want to go, and the bike will also go exactly what you're looking. Number 2, ride the correct racing lines. Now this is very important. You know, if riding on track was a house, this is the foundation. And it doesn't matter of your speed. I mean, if you're a beginner or a confirmed rider, the correct racing lines is the same. So it doesn't matter. And especially if you're a beginner, it's really important that you do that, because if you don't, you're going to find some limitations really early on in your riding. So learn the correct racing lines. This will allow you to progress much quicker, much better, and in a much safer way. Number 3, basic body positions on the bike. First position, the position in the straights. So basically what you want to do is push your bum backwards, and you also want to be tucking your elbow inside. I mean, this is not aero at all. Like you see guys riding like this, not aero. So this is really much better. And you want to be putting your chest to the tank, and your back as flat as possible, and your head down as well. So chest to the tank, flat back, and your head as low as possible. Next up is the braking position. So we go from the tuck-in straight position. As you brake, lift your body up, taking the wheel on, and that will help you to stop. And also move your bum to the inside of the corner. So let's say it's a right corner. You will move your body to the right. This, if you're doing the leg dangle, this will get you ready to drop your leg, and as you drop your leg, push on your outside thigh onto the tank. Entering the corner, so as you finish releasing your brake and go into the corner, you want to be moving your head, your elbow, and your shoulder, your inside shoulder, onto the inside of the corner. So this will move weight in inside, this will lower your center of gravity as well and help you turn. So you release your brake, go in and drop your elbow and your head and your shoulder all at the same time, and remember to look always really far away where you want to go. Yeah. Corner exit, so as you crack the throttle and start turning, remember to look far away, and remember to try and pick up your bike as well to lower the lean angle. This will allow you to use more power. So to pick up your bike, basically the movement is to push the bike away from you. So I can't do it here on static, but what you want to do is you want to get that feeling that you're actually pushing the bike away. So you're not moving, but you're just pushing the bike away from you, and this will automatically make the bike lift up. And then you can go straight back into the tucking position. Number 4 is a riding advice. So you need to look and try and improve your corner exit first. What I mean by that is don't try and push into the corners too fast, because if you go into the corners feeling like you're going really quick, you're going to compromise your mid-corner speed, and your corner exit is most likely going to be rubbish. So first, what you want to do is feel like you go into the corner quite slow, or comfortable anyway, and work on your technique of picking up the bike and driving really hard out to the corners. You will make some big progress doing this. Then, once you get more confident and your lap times start to drop, this is the time where you're going to be able to learn how to push more into the corners. But first thing first, work on your corner exits. Next up is the throttle opening and the throttle control. Now, you look at us on track and you see us getting like really good corner exits and you just think you got to open the throttle, you know, real hard and real aggressive. This is not the case. You don't want to be doing that. This is dangerous. There's so much that the traction control system can save. So if you feel like in a corner that you've opened really hard or that you could have done, next lap, just try and carry a little bit more corner speed. But remember to always open your throttle really gently. Throttle control is something really important to learn, and you never want to be opening the throttle really aggressively, especially with a big bike, because this is where you can get bitten and those won't hurt. Next up is the best tip you're going to get for braking. So basically what you want to do is, as you roll off the throttle, apply your maximum braking pressure straight away. And then as you go into the corner and start leaning the bike, you're going to release your braking pressure really smoothly until you get to the apex. So every professional rider ride like this. When you look at the data analysis, I'm going to show you what it looks like actually. Basically it's quite simple. This is so this is your time frame, and this is the force applied to the front brake lever. So when you get to your braking marker, the riders like apply the brakes, like the force is really aggressive straight away. And then as you start going into the corner, the brake is released until basically the apex. Number 7, downshift as soon as you hit the brake. So basically this is free movement in one motion, where you roll off the throttle, hit your brake at the same time, and downshift as well at the same time. This is really important because it's got multiple effects. If you don't downshift immediately, when you're going to downshift later, your RPM are going to be lower, and basically the engine brake that is going to come out to help you stopping the bike is like a dirty engine brake. It's not the best you can get. If you downshift immediately, your engine brake is going to be higher in the revs and it's going to give you a much cleaner stopping power. It will help you a lot more to stop the bike, and you're not going to feel like you're running onto the corner and struggling to stop. I mean, all fast riders do it, but the best one and the most shocking I remember was Johnny Ray, back when I was able to look at his data. Hey Johnny, special dedicates to you, mate. You're always learning. Every session is learning. And Johnny, what he was doing actually on that bike at the time, he was like pressing the lever, the gear shift, before he was still 100% and pressing the lever. So basically, as soon as he'd roll off the throttle, the gear would just go in. And this is probably not great for your gearbox or for your engine longevity, but it shows you that riders are trying to minimize and stop the neutral phases, because neutral phases are not good. The bike needs to be as well accelerating or braking, and so by downshifting straight away, you're going to make your life a lot easier to stop the bike. Next up, the roll of the throttle. Now this is not something easy to do, and this is something that all professional riders use. Basically, it's instead of like gripping your throttle and always be rolling it up and down like this, which is a motion that is not comfortable and most likely will give you arm pump, you want to relax your grip and use the roll of the throttle. That's what we called. So basically, for example, in the straight, you just open the throttle and then your hand like that is quite free. You know, I'm still 100% throttle here. I'm in the straight and I'm relaxing. My hand is free and I'm staying 100% full throttle. And when I want to brake, just roll it off and brake. Instead of really, I see a lot of people on track days doing this. You can tell they're really tense and doing that. It's not nice. So relax on your throttle. This is a really easy thing to do. You can do it with 2 fingers. So you don't need your full grip. And in the straight, just hold it like this and relax. Number 9, try and relax your body when you can. This is important because on a lap, you cannot be holding the bike like an animal 100% of the time. It's too physical. So you need to find places where you can have a little rest, like in the straights, for example. So when you're in the straight, you're in your straight position and your throttle is rolled, you're holding it. There, you can just chill. I mean, here, I'm really not doing anything. I'm not pushing, I don't feel like tense. And this is where you can recover a bit your heart rate before the next hard braking zones. This is where you can save your energy for when it really matters. Number 10 is holding the throttle 100% in the straights. And this is going to sound silly me saying that, but in the few track days that I've done, I've seen a lot of riders with powerful bikes struggling to get the best out of it in the straight lines. And this is completely normal because these bikes, even standard bikes, 200 plus horsepower, very hard to use the power. In the straight lines, those bikes are very lively. I mean, even in second, third, fourth gear, they're still very, very hard to handle. And it's hard to keep the full throttle. The bike will wheelie or weave. And most of the time I see guys like rolling the throttle off and trying to get control. So it's like on and off. And by doing that, basically you make it worse because you lose the momentum of the speed and you're just making your bike really aggressive. And so you're losing time even in the straight. So the best thing to do, and the best advice I think I can give you on this, is to short shift. Because this is a good way of learning to control the power and use all that massive amount of power. So when you're in the straight and you know you're going to struggle to use the power, just keep it pinned, because this is what matters. I mean, it matters to stay 100% throttle. So keep it pinned when you're in the straight, but short shift. So don't use all the power, especially in second and third gear. Short shift a little bit, and then lap by lap, you can increase your speed, you can increase the way the bike is going to deliver the power, and you're going to feel a lot more comfortable with it. Also, you'll be more relaxed, because fighting the bike like this is no good. You're going to get to the next braking zones like out of breath already. The straight is there to relax. So use the short shift and try and progress lap by lap, increasing your speed. I hope those advices and tips are going to help you when we finally can get back on track. I'll see you soon, guys.